There is a disease. And when you have a disease, you need to go see the medicine man. And that's what the medicine men are for. To fix the disease. But you need to be able to diagnose the disease. You can't take a symptom for the disease. And you have to have a thorough understanding of the disease and a thorough understanding of the healthy expression. But that's what's always been the case. That's what again, you see these words, if I say the word shaman, you got like some giggly people, like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh no, okay? Medicine man, shaman, priest, another word that's blah, right? Originally, there's in every tribe, there's the way it's organized, there's always a person who knows, a knower, and has access to wisdom. What wisdom are we talking about? How it works? I don't know, that person doesn't know how to build a house. Could learn, but why? That's not his job. That person's job is to know. And therefore, when there's a problem, let's say this person X comes and has a problem, in regards to what? What's the blueprint? How is it supposed to work? As I've written in my book, I've said very clearly, I said, well, if you want to know what a human being is, you have to first know how it's supposed to work. It's a machine at the end of the day. You can spiritualize it and make it holy and whatever the hell you want. At the end of the day, it's a machine. It's literally a machine. It's a biological living machine. Every machine must have a purpose, a function, a reason. So that's what knowledge is. What is this? And therefore, if you know what it is, you know when it's not working properly, it's broken. Therefore, if there's a person who's suffering from disease, what is the disease? There's always one disease. I'm not talking about symptoms, because symptoms are infinite. And medical science is living the pornography, the porn of studying symptoms, endless symptoms forever and for eternity, never understanding what the issue is because it has no interest in knowing what the issue is because it doesn't want to look there. Right? These are symptoms. And it becomes extremely complex, but at the end of the day, there's one disease. There's a disconnect. And in order to understand this, you have to have wisdom and understanding of a global picture. So the so-called, let's say the medicine man, the shaman, whatever word you want, doesn't matter. The person who knows this. So when I see a person who's suffering, well, what do you think he's suffering from? Yeah, disconnection. So how do you heal the person? Well, reconnect. How do you do that? This is the medicine man's job and it's his function. It's not your problem for the sake of the conversation. But that's how it works. If you're sick, let's say you like shattered my kneecap, what are you going to do? You're going to go see the surgeon. This is superficial stuff, no problem. Yeah, but when we're talking about deep, real issues, not that the shattered kneecap is not a real issue, but then you go see a doctor, I don't know who, right? Fine. But this is not, I think you understand what I mean. When we're talking about like the fundamental core disease, there needs to be the equivalent. Well, nature has created this. This is not my invention. You cannot pretend to be a shaman. Well, not actually, you can today. But nature ordains people and gives them functions. Nature there's an order in nature. Everything is perfectly organized and everything like you walk in the middle of the forest and there's a plant that does specifically this. Why? Because nature made it like that. Why? Because you'll need that, and if it's there, and when you'll need it, you'll know, and then you'll take that and it'll solve that problem. Because that's how it works. It's intelligent. It's coherent. It's hermetic. It's sealed. It's perfectly circular and everything. There's no waste of energy. So there's an intelligence, there's an organization. So in the human people, just like you see in animals, it's organized in a form of hierarchy. We don't have to look at it hierarchy like this or circular just for the time being. Just like there's people that have different functions. These people are supposed to live as one. It's not one better. It's just that's my job. Because if I know how to build a house, how the hell am I going to know what I got to know? And if I don't have a house, how am I going to relax to do what I got to do? So the person who's working the land, who's working with his hands, or the person who's doing commerce, or the person who's taking care of bringing protection or organizing or administrating, these are different we say levels because levels of organization, right? Somebody who's at the top is not fucking you up your ass. He has overall vision. This is how you're supposed to actually understand it, right? Well, if everybody's doing the same thing, then how do we, as a species, function and survive when human beings are designed to live as a group? It doesn't work. So there's one person, one, meaning, you understand, there's that dude, I don't know how to say, that the individual whose function is to solve the problem of that disease. And it's from that knowledge that actual medicine is derived. If you don't know the fundamental problem and a person has a symptom, how the hell do you give the right herb? You may just palliate the pain. Instead of giving an Advil, you give him a plant that does the same thing as Advil, that removes the pain, but doesn't lead towards the solution. So medicine, the real study of medicine, starts from a thorough, genuine understanding of life and existence and how it pertains to reality on earth. And then that is now organized and structured. So now how do we address these symptoms that come up, but always in the light of solving the core issue if it's there. It has to be there. Now everything is broken. Another conversation, huge conversation. Let's keep it simple. Point of what I'm trying to say, trying to answer your question, is that there are people whose function is to do that. Help, heal. That's why we use the word heal, not the new age healing. Heal the disease of the human. Just like when you have a kneecap problem, you go see the surgeon. I had a kneecap problem. I shattered it in 4 pieces. I went to see the surgeon. Biggest mistake I've made. That's another conversation for another time. The point is, I go see the doctor and he solves a problem I don't know how to solve. It's at a certain, he operates at a certain level. This is just an example. Well, this is his function. I don't feel bad. I don't feel like I'm not the man because I don't know how to solve that problem. Like, this is what he does, man. you fix that. Right? So that's in the same way. No, this sounds funny, or it's now become a thing where you pay thousands of dollars. It's not about the money to go and take a herb and just trip and like, dude. I don't want to disrespect anybody. The world is upside down. This is Kali Yuga and it's complex. But it has to be, if you're intelligent and you understand that you have an issue, you need help. I had an issue. I was intelligent enough to realize this, and then the flow brought me somebody to assist me. And without that person, I wouldn't wouldn't be sitting here today. I don't know where I would be. Perhaps not here anymore in this world. And help me. I'm not like, I'm fucked. Like, I know. Like, I need help. I can't see through this. So, consciousness is the medicine, and we can associate consciousness to seeing, clarity, discernment, however you want to say it. And if you're honest, yeah, you need help. Get help. What's the problem? There's no problem with that. Doesn't make you weak or less of a man. If you want to get something, go see the person who has it. End of story.